Hello, hello, beautiful day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Grateful for y'all. Happy to finally see y'all faces and not on Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're able to stand there in bare feet or you're hot?
I'm from Alabama, man. It's not hot enough. Red clay and all.
So how's this first, month been for you? And then especially with the increased reps that you're getting because Deshaun's not taking all of it.
Yeah, just an extreme level of gratitude that we're able to come out here and compete and just get better as a team. I've thoroughly enjoyed just developing relationships with my teammates and obviously getting some reps. So that's pretty fun.
Jameis, how is your maybe attitude might not be the right word, but here you're the number one pick in the draft a while ago, and now you're in this role. So how have things changed for you?
I've been in every role in terms of the quarterback position in the NFL that they have to offer. So I focus on what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I was the number one pick. I'm grateful that I went through some adversity year 5. I'm grateful that I got to learn from a Hall of Fame head coach and a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm grateful that I ended up being here with a storied franchise, a culture franchise with an elite fan base. So I'm focused on what I'm grateful for.
Is the offense you're learning here under Dorsey, is it unique to you, or have you been exposed to some elements of it in other teams?
I've been exposed to a few concepts, but the way that he's put it in has been world class, and I really have just became immersed with learning because there's a lot of new verbiage for me in terms of protections and formations. So I'm just excited to learn and continue to master this offense.
Jameis, one of the things in this offense is the choice routes with the receivers. Could you just touch on, from your perspective, the importance of the communication with the receivers and the challenge of, learning what they're seeing and matching it up with what you're seeing so that there aren't any miscommunications when that comes into play?
The choice routes is one of those routes where you have to be on the same page. When you just think of the name of the route, it's a choice, it's an option. So they are always right, but what we're doing now is developing that trust, and I think Coach Schwartz is doing an amazing job of giving our receivers different looks. So they're not anticipating something, they're actually having to read and react, and we're just getting a lot of good reps at it.
How exciting. I was going to ask you about choice routes too, just as a quarterback to kind of have that. I know there's certain keys that you're looking for as a receiver and as a guy throwing the ball, but that improvisational aspect of those routes, and how exciting is that?
Well, I think that challenges the offense to continue to be on the same page, and it allows us to have more communication, have more film time together, trust and commitment to one another, because we have to be accountable for the decision that we make. And I think I just give a huge credit to the defense, because with choice routes, if you're seeing the same coverage, you kind of get comfortable making the same decision. But when you're seeing different things, they're able to learn and grow and continue to learn and grow.
So you've been around Deshaun as much as anybody.
Mm-hmm.
What have you seen as he's gone through this recovery process and then out there, throwing the ball a bunch?
I've seen intentional leadership of him taking mental reps like he is one of the best quarterbacks in this league. I've seen a consistent growth in just him focusing on his shoulder routine, focusing on building that strength back. And when he throws it, he spins it. So I haven't seen anything of lack. I've just seen him just continue to grow, continue to lead these guys, because it's challenging when you're not getting the reps. It's challenging to have a presence when you're sitting back from afar watching. And he's done an incredible job just staying locked in, staying focused. I see him, I smile when he's communicating to the receivers in the back, communicating to the offensive lines, talking protections, because that is football, and he's not missing a beat.
Jameis, off of that, you talked about a little bit having some sort of history with Deshaun prior to coming here. Now that you guys are on the field together, though, just how has your guys' relationship developed even more?
Well, it's continuing to grow, and that trust and commitment is starting to come in just between us, just regular conversations, not just about football, but about life, about increase.
You see a big reason why you wanted to come here?
Absolutely. A big reason that I wanted to come here because the opportunity was here for me to serve and to give to my teammates. And him being one of the best quarterbacks in this league, being a quarterback that I have had to see him grow as a #1 draft pick and just see his ascension as a player, I have familiarity with that. So it's an honor to serve him.
James, outside of obviously learning the offensive system, but what have you learned about Kim Dorsey over the last month or so?
Well, the most important thing I learned is that, Miami Hurricanes aren't that bad. But really, I've really enjoyed his coaching presence. What we do on the field in terms of drill work has been fine work. One of my favorite quarterback coaches that worked with Peyton Manning, Clyde Christensen, Mike Bajakian, they always worked on the feet. And I'm just so happy that is what he's emphasizing with his feet, with his timing, and also him installing the plays, him calling the plays. Man, he's definitely been in this position. It seems as if he's been in this position before, and I'm just happy that we're able to communicate. And it's very important to me because this is a new offense for me. So us communicating, me continuing to learn, and him being tough on us and challenging us to get better, challenging us to be quicker and faster, it's truly been a blessing.
Talked about the pressure that Deshaun must be feeling right now and how you have that pressure being the #1 overall pick. Have you instilled any advice on him? And if you did, can you share that?
Absolutely. Focus on today. There's nothing more important than winning today. It's times where he's not throwing, right? Focus on today. Focus on your healing. It's times when he's out there lining it up throwing. Focus on the day. Do your best. And I've been so impressed with how he's continued to stay locked in and focused, even when he's not in. I think we, as a unit, we've done a great job of allowing him to get the reps, the mental reps that he deserves because it's his. But I've been so impressed with him and how he's just been going about each day. I mean, it's not like I didn't expect it, but our conversation has been, hey man, continue to do what you're doing because you're doing an amazing job at it.
You mentioned that you played just about every role as a quarterback, so how do you view your role heading into this?
Continue to serve and inspire and be prepared when the time is required for me to go out there and execute to the best of my ability. But I'm here to be a man of increase and to inspire my teammates and to encourage us to communicate, to be together, and be the best that we can be.
Jameis, what was more fun, the PGA or the Derby?
What was fun was really getting a chance to be in Louisville and spend time with my family. My great aunt turned 70 last year, and she wanted to go to the Derby. That was on her bucket list. She didn't make it to PGA National with the championship with me, but both was quite fun. I just love being with my family and experiencing greatness, man. Seeing those horses and those jockeys and seeing those golfers like up close. I've been to a few golf tournaments, really ain't pay attention, but with this being the championship, I wanted to witness greatness, and it happened.
You seemed pretty excited when Scotty came by.
Well, he was battling a little adversity, man. And he continued to play, and golf is a very mental game. So just the things that was going around, you could easily be deterred. You can kind of make the quarterback position is very similar to just a golf player. Like you don't determine what's going on around you, but you have decisions and you have to be decisive, and you just have to continue to play with the next swing.
Are you a good player?
I am not a great player.
You like play?
I do. I compete. I can't say I stopped playing because I just was getting, I wasn't to my caliber, right? I wasn't elite at it, but I have won 2 longest drive competitions. So y'all come out to the golf tournament next Monday. I'll have some for you.
Take a couple more.
James, I was curious. There was a report that the NFLPA was proposing a change to the offseason workout program. Just from your perspective, how would you feel about that if you kind of scrapped spring and reported the training camp?
Yeah, we have a lot of men and women who have came before me that are making these decisions for the betterment of these NFL players. me personally, man, whatever is required, I'm willing and able to do. Again, I'm grateful for this opportunity, but that's something that I have to continue to look at, and I'm sure me and my teammates in the PA will continue to discuss that so it can be for the best of our fellow players.
Some players seem to be taken aback by that news coming out this week. So, does the PA discuss or consult with you guys on this, or is this a situation where they're coming up with a plan independent of you as players, your input?
A lot of the PA's references are players or officials that have experienced the NFL from a wide perspective, who have been in it for a long time. So I definitely trust their intellect. But as I said, I would love to dive into that myself before I give you a firm answer on that.
As a quarterback, you're expected to be a leader. That's kind of the position, right? But how helpful is it when other guys kind of come into their own in different positions on both sides of the ball, even on special teams?
The more leaders you have, the better, right? Anytime that you have people that are willing to stand out in front, be accountable, dependable, incredible, you have a great team.
What inspired the no shoes at the podium today?
Well, grounding, we got to take in the sunlight, you got to be connected with the earth because God gave us a beautiful day out here to just be immersed with and be one with and be present. Yeah.
So how different is it this time around, just kind of having been here before, or with the new office and everything, is it sort of like starting over again?
Yeah, I mean, this time of year it is like coming back on the field again, seeing the faces again, getting to know my new teammates. But it is good to be back out here and see the new teammates and gel and learn them as well, and also getting back to work.
Elijah, there was a lot of chatter last week. People sort of freaked out a little bit on social media and elsewhere that you weren't here last week. Can you
For real?
Yeah, there was, for some reason, that created a bit of a buzz. So can you just explain, maybe, I know it's voluntary. And
Yeah.
So can you just explain that there was, nothing going on? I think there was speculation that, is he mad about something? Or what's going on?
Yeah, nah. Let's just clear that up. There's nothing to be mad about. It's a lot of stuff going on in the world. I'm not a person that looks at. I've been invited by competition my whole life. So it's not like I'm mad because Judy or I'm mad because Coop or anybody else that comes in. I ain't never shot from nothing. I'm from Florida. So that's not nothing that I'm ever afraid of. If anything, that opens us up, which you guys don't realize, so. And I'm excited about what we got. I grew up with these guys. When is the first time that you guys have the opportunity to have two people from exactly where you're from and you get to play alongside of them? You see what I'm saying? A lot of the times for receivers, we're always out there by, ourselves. So to have the opportunity to be in the locker room, be on a team, to where if I see somebody every day, it's at least someone familiar faces, So I think that is a blessing, and I'm gonna work my ass off just like how I always do. So I'm not afraid of nothing. Yeah.
The trio of you and Amari and now Jerry Jeudy and opening up the offense. When you're out here getting some work and installing what Ken Dorsey and Kevin Stefanski have been working on this offseason, what excites you most, and what do you think that we're going to see that's a little bit different than last year?
I just feel like it's going to be a lot more explosive. That's what comes to my mind when you have players like how I know that these players that you named are. It's super exciting to line up against, with these guys, alongside with these guys. And I just think that having Dorsey, someone who's an extravagant guy like him, you look at him and you could just tell he loves football, So my whatever time here has been nothing but a blessing learning from somebody else who has a great track record, So respect to that, and I'm excited.
How does Deshaun look to you?
He looks good. Yeah, he looks good. I mean, at this point, I feel like it's like this cycle. We always talking, we always checking in. We just want to play too, So we're just taking it day by day. That's all you can do. We're putting our best foot forward, just like he's putting his best foot forward every single day. I watch him work his ass off every single day. You see what I'm saying? And that's all that we could ask for. You see what I'm saying? It's for him to work his ass off. So I think he looks good.
Going back to obviously adding Jerry and the competition, they also gave Jerry that extension. Have you thought at all about your situation and your future here beyond kind of this season?
So, if I think about it, I'm going to drive myself crazy. So I feel like I do it kind of just like how I did my entire life. I just take it one day at a time. I focus on the task ahead. If I handle what I'm supposed to handle, I'm going to be blessed. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how I look at it. I don't really focus on that because it's not my time yet.
I know you talked last year, I think, in middle of the season, we asked you about your stats, and you made the comment like, I know what my numbers are, and I'm just trying to put like one foot in front of the other. Like, do you feel like your thinking is kind of similar with something like that? It just seems like you don't want to focus on things you can't necessarily control directly.
Yeah, I think the statement like keep going is so slept on because that's what everybody says. But like that's all that I can do. You know, nobody here has the answers to life. Nobody here has the answers to why certain situations go the way they do. You know, so I think that all we can do is put the next foot forward. You see what I'm saying? Focus on one day at a time and win on my moments. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I focus on.
Changing the quarterback room a little bit with Jameis on board now. What have you seen out of him getting a lot more of these reps right now as Deshaun slowly kind of works his way back?
I think that he was like a great pickup for us. I think that was something that I was excited to be around him from everything I heard about him. I think he's super smart. I think he loves football. And just the way he talks to us day in and day out so far, just being at OTAs, is from a very detailed standpoint. You could tell he's played a lot of football, and I'm just excited that he's here with us too.
You can't plan or predict injuries, but I mean, how big would it be for a full season of Deshaun Watson healthy from week 1 moving forward?
I think it would be something exciting. Anytime someone could get in their groove like that, I feel like you would see nothing but them getting better week in and week out.
Is he any different now versus last year? Obviously, besides working his way back and talking about mentality and confidence, is he the same guy?
I feel like nobody's the same, you know. You're not the same guy as you were yesterday. You know, yesterday you experienced something that you were totally different than you are today. So he's totally different, but different in a better way. You know, like he's learned from what happened last year and the years before and what happened yesterday in his meeting. You see what I'm saying? So he's definitely a better person every single day. Like he's nothing but a positive light in our locker room and on the field.
The AFC is full of firepower, especially on the wide receiving core side of things. Where would you stack this receiving core with the addition of Judy amongst the rest of the AFC?
Number one, if you're not thinking that, you shouldn't be playing football. Yeah. Number one, we got a crazy group.
Are you a little bigger than last year? I'm trying to decide.
What you think? How I look?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
How I look?
You look like. I mean, did you put on?
Nah, I'm always working, man. I don't know. I'm the same weight. I don't know. I look good?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Are you looking forward to getting it out on the grass here with Jerry and with Amari, all you guys?
Yeah.
Just getting it out there and just seeing what this is going to look like.
Nah, yeah, definitely. I feel like that's something that we can't wait for. But, you know, right now we got to exercise our moments of getting ourselves healthy, being in the right mindset, you know, and just anything else that is going on that we personally don't know that other people is, you know, experiencing and having to go through.
I don't know if this has been asked already, but did you get a chance to talk with Jerry when he first got traded here, and what was his message to you?
Dude, he's from where I'm from, so we chop it up a little bit. He was just excited. I feel like, you know, when you switch teams, it's a fresh start, you know, and I think just like anybody else, some people need that, you know, just to see new faces and to get out the environment you were before, you know, like obviously we all know it's no secret that the environment that he was in last year and the years before wasn't like probably the best. You see what I'm saying? I just feel like how can you not think positive about what's to come?